What can autosomal DNA reveal about your African origins? Imagine holding a key that unlocks stories from hundreds of years ago, stories of migration, family, and heritage. Autosomal DNA testing can be that key for many people exploring their African roots. Unlike tests that focus on just one family line, autosomal DNA looks at genetic material from all your chromosomes. This means it captures information from both your mother and father, giving a fuller picture of your ancestry. It analyzes around 80,000 genetic markers called single nucleotide polymorphisms across your entire genome. These markers are compared to databases with DNA samples from populations all over Africa and the world. The process is simple. You provide a saliva or cheek swab sample, which is sent to a lab. Results usually arrive within 4 to 6 weeks. What makes autosomal DNA especially helpful is that it reflects your family history over roughly 5 to 6 generations. That's about 100 years of ancestors. It can identify connections to over 100 African ethnic groups and regions. When you get your results, you'll see percentages that show how much of your DNA comes from different parts of Africa. For example, you might find a certain percentage linked to West African populations or the Bantu-speaking groups. These estimates help you understand where your ancestors might have lived centuries ago. Autosomal DNA can also trace migration paths of your ancestors. It provides geographic clues, like the towns or regions where your family might have moved over time. This can include longitude and latitude markers, giving you a sense of the journeys your ancestors took across the continent. For many African Americans, this is especially meaningful because it helps reconnect with origins that were lost during the transatlantic slave trade. Another powerful feature is that autosomal DNA can connect you with living relatives who share your genetic makeup. By comparing your DNA with others in the testing company's database, you might find relatives still living in Africa or in the diaspora. This can be a way to rebuild family trees that slavery and historical records once obscured. Compared to mitochondrial DNA or Y chromosome tests, autosomal DNA offers a broader view. Mitochondrial DNA traces only your maternal line, and Y chromosome tests focus solely on your paternal line, these representing less than 1% of your ancestors. Autosomal testing looks at both sides, giving a more complete picture of your heritage. It also reflects more recent generations, making it especially relevant for African Americans whose ancestors were separated from their homelands only a few hundred years ago. Many services now analyze up to 700,000 genetic markers and include thousands of markers specific to African populations. This helps ensure the results are detailed and accurate. The findings can guide further research, connect you with community groups, or even suggest travel opportunities to visit ancestral regions. It's important to remember that ethnicity estimates are just starting points. They can change as databases grow and more people contribute their DNA. For African Americans, autosomal DNA testing offers a way to reclaim lost history and forge new connections. It helps bridge gaps created by centuries of displacement and provides a pathway to understanding your true roots. This technology allows you to move beyond incomplete records and discover the African communities and relatives that are part of your story.